once again. This is Norm trying to figure out, his second video and trying to make up some interesting content as well. And I was sitting here the other day and was thinking, why don't I just, to get the experience and exposure, just start showing what I'm working on and things maybe I purchased and stuff along those lines. So I thought I'd share a couple of things with you on what I'm working on. Currently working, as I mentioned in a previous video, railroad kits, Fisher Fuels. It's one I've had for a while and wanted to really get it finished. I'd done it, part of it, and it came with some roofing that I wasn't too keen on personally. So I pulled some of my stock that I'd forgotten, honestly, that I had. But when I saw it, I said, this is what I really need for doing this roof. And it's from Best Trains. They're standard 12-inch 3-tab laser cut shingles. And maybe I'd share a little bit with you out of the package. I know I've gotten quite a bit of it done already on the roof here, but I just wanted to share how good it is. I really enjoy putting these on comparative to some of the other roofing materials I've tried. And it comes with pretty detailed instructions for their different types, showing that they've got, we'll put it up in front here, diamond style and the Slater shake shingles, and there's these 3 tabs that I'm doing here. And they have some guides that I should have probably used on this one, and I'll explain that in a minute. But looking at the product, it comes in a rather large sheet. You can get plenty of these 3-tab shingles. Basically, it's laser cut paper, a heavy paper with an adhesive on the back, and you cut the individual rows off. I'll show you here. Here's an individual row that I've cut, and then you start placing them based on the instructions in as straight around rows as you can, and you try and keep them equally spaced, which I'll lean this in and hopefully you can see that on the video. I don't think I can focus too well on it, but you can see I'm not 100% on making them equally spaced for rows. Hopefully weathering will cover up some of that, but even with the lines on the roofing or the sub-roofing, it's a little challenging sometimes because they don't quite mesh up, but I find the product to be pretty darn good. It looks, with the paint that I've chosen, I think it looks pretty nice, and will weather the whole building up when I'm done and start going. One of the other things I just want to add is some uncut segment. This here is an uncut segment. You can see I took a small piece off of it there. You start out with a solid piece underneath the first course of the shingles here, and then you start with the shingles themselves, but this is also, when you cut it, this will be the ridge cap when I'm finished up here on these shingles. So that's one thing I've been working on, trying to get that going. And number 2, I've been wanting to scratch build after this some of the structures, and I was surfing Casey's Workshop, another pretty darn good kit manufacturer, craftsman kit manufacturer, and he had a product that I'll open off camera here, but I'll show you. These are his Tichy window templates. They're that mat or wafer board. I'm sorry. I'll pull this out of the way and back a little bit. I think it was too close to the camera, I'm sorry. But they have templates to cut your windows on the siding. and he has the number that Tichy gave. If you've ever had those plastic windows, they're just fantastic, but this tells you exactly the sizing and the number of window type you'd want, and you can draw that out on um, your scratch building walls, for cutting. And I think that'll help me a lot because I've been rather nervous about starting a scratch build without knowing how to put the windows and where to cut the windows. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So that's at Casey's workshop, and I'll try and put in the description for the video here my links to both the best trains for those who may or may not know what those are, and Casey's workshop. They're both good kit manufacturers and detail part manufacturers, and I just find that we should promote any chance we can get to let these guys, let you guys know what they're selling out there, because there's unfortunately people that think there's secrets in the hobby, and I'm not one of them. I want to share as much as I can about the products that I'm going to be using and the good and the bad that I have with it. So I think that'll be good for this video for right now. I'm winging it, and I'm trying to figure out how to use both the equipment that I'm using for video as well as thinking about what I want to talk about. And hope this is informative. Please provide comments, like it if you do, provide feedback on how I can make them better. I'm sure the alignment is always kind of tough on not looking right at the camera as I'm filming because it was off to the side. This was just another attempt. But, subscribe, tell friends if you're interested in this, and maybe it'll help somebody with roofing or scratch building just for materials. And look forward to having another video for you in the near future. Thanks.